We had an enormous economic recovery, but the minds of people had been so scarred, the memories. Parents told their children. 1929 became a symbol in people's minds.
For those who may not know, Warren Buffett is a business magnate, investor, and philanthropist who is widely regarded as one of the most successful investors in history. His investment strategy is based on long-term value investing, and he is known for his adherence to a strict set of principles, including a focus on buying undervalued companies with strong competitive advantages, and a preference for businesses with predictable earnings and strong management teams. Over the years, Buffett has become one of the wealthiest people in the world and has used his fortune to support a variety of charitable causes. Buffett starts by discussing his own family's experience during the Great Depression. His father was a security salesman in a local bank, selling stocks and bonds before the market crashed in 1929. During the 9 months after the market crash, the stock market recovered over 20%, and people did not believe they were in the Great Depression yet. They thought it was just a recession that would soon pass, similar to previous ones. However, this was not the case, and the country entered a period of severe economic hardship, with the stock market losing over 80% of its value. Buffett's father lost his job, and his family was left with 2 children and no source of income. If it wasn't for the kindness of his grandfather, who allowed his father to run a tab at his grocery store, they would have struggled even more. Buffett highlights the significance of the FDIC, which was established on January 1, 1933, as part of the sweeping legislation that took place when Roosevelt came into power. The FDIC ensured that people's savings were protected and gave them peace of mind during difficult times. Buffett believes that if the FDIC had been in place earlier, the impact of the Great Depression would have been significantly different.
One very, very, very good thing that came out of the Depression, in my view, is the FDIC, and it would have been a somewhat different world, I'm sure, if the bank failures hadn't just rolled across this country, and with people that thought that they were savers found out that they had nothing when they went there, and there was a sign that said closed.
Buffett also touches on the impact of the Great Depression on the American psyche. The memories of people were so scarred that parents told their children about it, and it became a symbol in people's mind. The recovery of the economy during World War II was significant, and the government's adoption of Keynesianism led to huge fiscal deficits. People lost their savings, their jobs, and their homes, and it had a lasting effect on their outlook. However, corporations were still doing far better than individuals during this time. It wasn't until 1951 that the kiddo, referring to himself, was born, and by then, the stock market had just begun to recover. Buffett notes that despite enduring a few months of hardship, people persevered, prospered, and the American miracle continued. He reminds us that during the Great Depression, people didn't know how it would come out, but they endured, and America continued to grow and prosper. Buffett points out that in 1954, the Dow was only at 280, and he remembers that year fondly because it was the best year he ever had in the stock market. The Dow then jumped to over 400 by the end of the year, and as soon as it crossed 381, the famous figure from 1929, everyone wondered if it was 1929 all over again. Buffett recalls that at the time, the country's mindset was that they didn't really believe America was what it was. In March of 1955, with the Dow at 405, Senator Fulbright called a special investigation, questioning whether they had built another house of cards again. The committee assembled 20 of the best minds in the United States to testify as to whether they were going crazy again. Buffett's boss was one of the 20 people called down to testify. Buffett points out that the testing period between 1929 and 1954 had caused people to lose faith to some degree. People just didn't see the potential of what America could do. But in the end, the answer was never to bet against America. Nothing can stop America, and it has been true all along. Buffett believes that even during the Civil War and the depths of the Great Depression, America's answer was always to persevere and never to give up. The American miracle has always continued to grow and prosper, and it is as true today as it was in 1789. In conclusion, Warren Buffett's message is a reminder of the resilience of the American economy and its people. Despite enduring hardship and uncertainty, Americans have always found a way to persevere, prosper, and continue the American miracle. We should all remember this message during these uncertain times and never forget that America's strength and resilience will always prevail. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to share your thoughts and opinions on Warren Buffett's message in the comments below.